Hello everyone, this is Nia and Aisha, and we want to thank you for watching the nesting video. In this video, we will cover what to expect during the nesting period, the client pay, service revenue, and calculating the per interval rate, and the Starmatic application.
Okay, some of you may not be familiar with the term nesting. If you haven't selected a client or gone through the training yet, it may be new to you, but it's okay. We're going to let you know what nesting is all about. All right, so your nesting, this is the time of certification that you do your mock calling to prepare for servicing your client. Mock calls are the calls that you will make towards the end of training while you're still in certification. During this time, you will be taking inbound monitored calls to ensure that you're able to navigate through the applications, the client software, that you're able to handle the customer flow, the customer call flow, and that you're just knowledgeable of all of the products and services.
During the nesting stage, you will only be allotted a certain amount of hours because you are still in the certification process. So guys, please do not panic. I know you may be like, oh, I'm only getting 2 hours here, 4 hours there. The reason why is because they want to make sure that you are ready to service the client and that you are able to handle the customer call flow. So you will get hours, but they will be a limited amount of hours until you are completely certified. That's only, like I said, just to make sure that you are ready to service the client. Now, the available hours during nesting do vary with each client, and they will increase after your certification based on that client's needs. So the available hours will be posted. They're going to be based on the client's business needs or requirements, and they can be more or less than the minimum amounts on your SOW based on their business reaction. So what this basically means is if you have a real heavy call volume, then you're going to get a whole bunch of extra hours. If the call volume is slow, then you're probably just going to get the hours that are on your SOW, but that's okay, because even if you do get those hours, you can always go into Starmatic and you can get additional hours. So you're still not going to be losing out. Starmatic is always available for you to check constantly so that you can grab those extra hours that you're wanting to grab. Now,
you guys, please be advised, okay?
yes.
Each client will have a specific date and time that they release their service hours. So make sure you log into Starmatic on time so that you're able to choose the hours that you need and that you want to create that flexible work schedule we talk so much about. If you're late logging in, you may not be able to get those hours and you could be SOL. So it's very important that you're able to log in at that specific date and time that those hours are released. There's no excuse to why you cannot do that. All right, we have solutions for that. Let me show you.
Yes, that is correct. And before she does show you the solution that we have, guys, I just want to say, please try not to be late when logging in. This is very important because if you have a set time of hours that you like to work every day and you log in 5 or 10 minutes late, you might not get those hours. For example, if you know you work every morning from 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon and you log in 15 minutes late, all of those hours could possibly be gone and you'll be stuck with maybe hours from 4 in the evening to 12 midnight. Then those could be hours you cannot work because you may have children that are home who are just getting out of school at that time. So that being said, please make sure that you do log in on time to get your hours so that you are able to create the flexible work schedule that you want to create, because that's what this is for you to be able to work when you want to work. So please just remember that. Always log in on time to get your hours.
Absolutely. So, as we were saying, it's not an excuse for you. It's no excuse. They make it so convenient. There's an app. It's called the Bluegrass Live Operators app. So, if you have an iPhone or even an Android phone, go to the Apple Store, go to the Google Play Store. You can get this app on your phone, and that way you're able to access your hours while you're on the go. You don't have to be stuck at home to your computer watching the clock. So like I said, go to your app store, type in Bluegrass Live Operators. There may be two different icons that you may see. One is the dark black background. It has the silver letters. That's the newest one. Or you may see the old picture. It's like a gray silver background that has Bluegrass Live on it. Either way, it's the same thing. You want to click on this app so that you can download and install this app. It's just like any other app. You install, you download it, it's there. You can see the screenshots. You'll see it says Arrive Starmatic if you want to make sure that you have the right one. But it's there. You can see it. Easy breezy. Okay. This way you can download it, install it, and you're able to get your hours while you're on the go. So if you need to set an alarm, any type of reminders in your phone, on your tablet, on your watch, whatever you need to do, make sure you do that so that you're able to grab your hours when your client releases them.
Yes, that's very important. After downloading, all you have to do is click on Starmatic. You're going to see some little things right here. Just click on Starmatic. Once you click on Starmatic, you're going to immediately log in like you would at the Arise portal. So you just put the same information you would put in on the portal, click log in, voila. Once you have logged into the application, you will immediately see your schedule summary. All you have to do is click on the schedule that is pertaining to you. So whatever schedule it is that you want to adjust or you want to fix or you want to look at, you simply click on the little blue arrow right here. And when you do, it will take you to your schedule. Here you are able to release, swap, or select any extra service intervals, however you want to do it. To the left on the other side is just what it will look like if you were to log in during a time that you're waiting for your hours to be released. Once you're able to get into the system, all of the squares, of course, would be blue. All you would do is click on the individual squares that you would like to select for your flexible schedule. Then you would click submit and that schedule will automatically be saved. It's that simple. Please be advised, make sure you are logged into the Starmatic for the hours that you have selected to work in Starmatic, because your pay will not match what you have selected to service if your login times are different, okay? So what this means is if you schedule yourself to work from 7 a.m. to 12 o'clock in the afternoon, but you don't log in to 7:30, you're not going to get paid from 7 to 12, okay? You're only going to get paid from 7:30 to 12. So that being said, just because Starmatic shows you having 50 hours does not necessarily mean you're going to be paid for that 50 hours if you were not logged in for the 50 hours that you have on your schedule. Okay, you will also not be paid for any time spent engaged in other non-professional businesses or practices if you are in auxiliary mode, break status, or no call status. Spending time doing any of these things during the service hours will affect you. For example, spending time engaging in other non-professional business practices. This means if you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, the shopping network, whatever the case may be, and they decide to monitor your call that day and they decide to take screenshots to verify that you're able to navigate through the system properly, that you're using the resources that they gave you to use during your calls. If they take a screenshot of you watching the how to do makeup on YouTube or, you know, shopping or something like that, then of course you're not going to get paid for that time. Also, the auxiliary mode, the break status, and the no call status, these are all things that keep the customer from being able to call you. So you will not ever get paid if you are in this mode at any time. You will be paid anytime you are logged into the system and anytime you use ACW. That's what your ACW is for. ACW means after call work. You will be going into ACW whenever you're finishing up a call or preparing for the next call. So it's very important to always be logged in on time, and that when you're logged in, you're not engaged in any non-professional businesses. And also, please make sure that if you do have to like update client information or finish up a call, that you are in ACW. Please keep in mind that your ACW time is precious. If you are overusing that, the client will investigate to see why you're using so much ACW. It will send up a red flag. So please use that sparingly. I'm going to talk about your service revenue because you all will be making a certain amount, depending on the client you work for. Everybody does get paid an hourly rate, whether it's $10, $15, $13, $11. But sometimes the partner does use the interval terminology. So I just want to go over your service revenue broken down into per interval pay, meaning that they pay you per interval. So I'm just doing this because it may show up on your check stub. So this is an example right here. You know you make $11 an hour, but on your check stub it may say 5.50 per interval. So this means you're making $5.50 per interval. As you learned in the Starmatic video and in your CSP 101, 102, 103, per interval, every interval is a square or a block that's in Starmatic, and each square or block is 30 minutes. So each interval represents 30-minute increments. So don't panic if you see you're getting paid something per interval. All you need to do is multiply that times 2, because 2 intervals equal 1 hour. So $5.50 times 2 equals $11 per hour. On your memo of your check stub, if you happen to see it says per interval, do not panic. All you have to do, it's very, very easy. For example, you see here it says 113.69 at $5.50 per interval. All you have to do, guys, is divide whatever your per interval is. All you have to do is divide it by 2 to see exactly how many hours you were paid for. It's that simple. So do not freak out. You would just simply take whatever number it was right there beside per interval. You're going to divide it by 2, because 2 intervals equal an hour, remember. Once you divide it by 2, you will get the amount of hours that you worked during that pay period. So as you see here, 113.69 intervals equals 56.8 hours. You know you make $11 an hour off top, because 5.50 intervals equals $11 when you multiply it by 2. So all you got to do is take your 56 hours and multiply that by $11. If you want to do it the more complicated way, you will simply just take whatever it says here by your interval, and you will multiply that by the interval price. This is a very, very easy process, guys. Please don't let this confuse you, because it's not hard. Like I said, whatever you make per hour is divided into 2 to get your per interval rate. So it's really, really simple. You're going to multiply your interval amount times 2 to get your hourly, and you will divide your intervals times 2 to get your regular hours that you worked for that week. If you guys have any more questions, of course, you know you can contact me in regards to your service intervals, okay? Any questions, period, please feel free to contact our Human Resources Department, because we're always more than happy to assist you. The hours of operation are from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. My direct line is 470-223-5474. The office number is 1-877-222-8252, and the email address is hr@newtechvs.com. We just want to thank you guys for watching the nesting video, and you have a wonderful night.